All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Awaken to Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. If you're new to me, new to my channel, new to my show on YouTube, please do subscribe so you can access all of the current shows, all the future shows coming up, as well as all of the previous shows. And there are so many. It is my deepest wish, desire, and intention to bring to you these wonderful speakers who are sharing their wisdom, their teachings, their experiences, their healings and activations and processes, etc., so that we can all thrive in our lives and awaken to happiness now within. Right. So today, my dear friend Marla Torres is back with us, and we are going to be talking about harmony within, exploring energetic allergy healing and the psyche-brain-body connection. Right. So Marla is deeply committed to delving into and sharing insights on energetic allergy healing and Germanic New Medicine. And so some of what we're going to discuss on the call today is we're going to talk about how does energetic allergy healing identify and address the root causes of allergies and inflammation? How does this align with the principles of Germanic New Medicine regarding emotional conflicts and physical symptoms? In what ways do energetic allergy healing and Germanic New Medicine recognize and integrate the interconnectedness of the mind, body, and spirit in healing? And how does addressing emotional and spiritual aspects contribute to overall well-being and harmony? And both modalities emphasize personalized approaches to healing. So how do you tailor energetic allergy healing and Germanic New Medicine techniques to meet the individual needs and circumstances of the individual client? So we're going to talk about all of that and more. And of course, we're going to be, or Marla is going to be facilitating a group session of energetic allergy healing, focusing on releasing common allergy triggers rooted in past traumas. So there's a lot we're going to be doing today, so I'm excited about that. We will be taking some live caller questions as well. And for those of you who don't know Marla, she's been on our show many times now. We love having her because it always opens us up to new ways of thinking, new ways of being, new perspectives, etc. Marley's journey mirrors the mythical phoenix rising from life's trials to stand strong in her divine power. Her mission is to inspire others in survival mode, helping them reclaim their inner strength and flourish. Marla values fostering a safe and loving community where every individual receives support on their journey to rise anew. And she employs ancient healing techniques to guide each person towards reclaiming their power. So I'm excited that we're having this conversation because I know that a lot of people are challenged with allergies. But before we start the show, I just want to put this disclaimer out there. We are not we're not medical doctors. I'm definitely not a medical doctor or a medical practitioner. So please use this information alongside with your regular medical treatments, etc. So, check with your doctor, talk with your doctor, etc. Okay. And I will always say that, even if I'm not doing a live show. So please always double check everything with your medical professional, medical practitioner. Right. So please join me in welcoming Marla back to the show. Marla, welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. I love bringing new stuff to share too, because I love learning new stuff. And so as I learn and expand and learn about new possibilities of new ways of thinking, and it's just so fascinating to me. So I love to be able to share it with the world.
Awesome. And we love to learn, and and it is always about keeping an open mind, opening yourself up to new perspectives, new ways of thinking, new information, new research, etc. But at the same time, for me, it has always been a combination of the two, right? So doing the alternative practices alongside the traditional medical practices that sometimes we can't do just one, but if you can, great. If you can't, please do complement. They do complement each other. And again, we are not. I mean, you're not a medical practitioner anymore, are you? Like, are you still a nurse?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I'm still
so
a
I
registered
am
nurse.
definitely not. Yeah, Marla
But
is a
again,
registered nurse.
yes, I am a registered nurse, but I'm not handing out medical advice. I
Exactly.
will share my experience. I will share what I've learned. And like Shefali said, like look at it, use your intuition, use your discernment, and do what's best for you in your journey, ultimately. But just
Absolutely.
so there's other ways out there, so other
Yeah.
options.
There's always other options, and that's what I like about these shows is that we can learn from many different people about different points of view, different practices, different perspectives, different ways of being and doing and healing, etc. Right? So there's a lot possible. So let's start like allergy healing and allergies. People are challenged with allergies, unfortunately, and it's not just I'm not talking about just the seasonal allergies, right? But there are some that are like all the time, right? That people are challenged with. So, and it's not comfortable. Obviously, it's uncomfortable and it's inconvenient. And some things that, like, I may be allergic to something, I may have an allergy to something, and I don't even know because I haven't been tested, right? But I may have an allergy to something, but I've never gotten tested because, like, oh, it's not a big deal. It's like, I can deal with this nonsense. But there are some other people who have been tested and they do know what they're allergic to. So it's it's a it's a topic that, as I'm not that comfortable with, or I don't know a lot about it because I don't have any allergies per se. But there are so many people that do. And I mean, luckily I'm not allergic to my dog. And nobody in the house is allergic to my dog. Otherwise, that would just be horrendous for me, because, like, oh my God, not being able to hug him and touch him and blah blah blah, and always be sneezing and all that stuff. It's like that would be horrible, right, Neil? But that's just one type of allergy, right?
Yes. Yes. It's a very common one. Allergies to, different pets. The dander from the different pets is very common allergy, or seasonal allergies. A lot of times when I mention allergies, people think of, the sneezing, itchy eyes, and stuff from pollen in the air. It's not only that. It's one thing, being trained in Western medicine, that's kind of what we're taught to think, okay, it's allergies. If somebody has like an anaphylactic reaction where it's life-threatening response to something that's triggering their body, that's a different story. So it's been really fascinating for me, just even having been trained in Western medicine, to be able to look at things differently and to realize how innately wise our bodies are. That it's not just oh, there's pollen in the air, let's, pop a pill kind of thing. But for me, like, to get really curious about, but why? Like, why is my body responding this way? And so digging in, I was about a year and a half ago introduced to energetic allergy healing, and I had been going through some significant symptoms, and to the point where, like, I wasn't sleeping well. Like, I was very miserable. And I was introduced to Kimberly Carlson, who downloaded this program, and I was like, you know what, let me do a session. And I did a session with her, and it was just really eye-opening to me to see, like, how our experiences in our life triggers traumas that can create triggers, and you have these bodily reactions. And so I dove in, and about 6 weeks. So she had initially muscle tested that I needed to replay the clearing about 4 weeks, for 2 times a day for 4 weeks. And at the end of the 4 weeks, I was still having symptoms. And so I tuned in, and I'm like, got that I needed to do for 2 more weeks. And so I did that for 2 more weeks. At the end of that, all my symptoms were gone. And I was like, okay, I'm a believer. Like, let me learn how to do this so I can offer it also to other people, because I just saw how powerful it was. And so being able to dive into, like, what is energetic allergy healing, and, like, why does it work? And so really the allergies are not just your body's inflammatory response, but it's based on triggered from a trauma. So there was a trauma somewhere in your past. It could have been in another lifetime. It could be in this lifetime. So it could be something that was passed down ancestrally, but that it's now for you to be able to clear and heal. And so I was so fascinated, because I'm like, okay, well, how does that work exactly? And so, because I'm always asking why, like, why? And more recently, I get the energetic allergy healing thing, helping with the symptoms and helping heal on a cellular level. But then I was recently introduced to Germanic New Medicine, and diving into that, and seeing even on a deeper level, how the psyche, the brain, and the body are in this constant communication. And it also shows how that, you know, we have a trauma or a biological response to something that is very traumatic for us, not just your everyday stress, but something that's really traumatic where your body is like almost like fight or flight, like, oh my God, you know, concerned for your safety. Um, and then that hangs around, your body remembers it. And then if you're in a similar situation, or say, you know, when that trauma happened, you were petting a cat, and the next time you're exposed to a cat, all of a sudden you're allergic and you're having, you know, these sneezing, itchy eyes, all that. It's really not the cat per se, but it goes back to that initial trauma, that initial traumatic event that happened when you were around a cat. So that's like very simplified, a very
Mhm.
simplified way of saying that. And so when I saw like dove into this, like I'm doing coursework for that because I fully intend to become a Germanic New Medicine practitioner of really working really in depth. I don't know if I'll always, I think I'll always be an alchemist, so really incorporating all of my tools, but like with the forefront being the Germanic New Medicine, just really seeing how, you know, I'm seeing where the energetic allergy healing can help with symptoms, as the symptoms show up according to Germanic New Medicine viewpoint. Those show up when the healing phase. You're not sick. It's actually your body is in the healing and repair phase. And so you're having the symptoms. They're not comfortable. They're really not. But when you can kind of shift your how you view them and be like, okay, no, I'm not sick. My body is this incredible organism, and it's always striving for to keep me healthy and living optimally. And right now it's healing. And so just that has helped me tremendously, shifting that viewpoint of like, okay, you know, like this morning I had a really bad headache, and that is in the Germanic New Medicine lens. You're in the healing phase. It's called the epicrisis, where symptoms kind of peak a little bit, and then your brain starts to squeeze out the edema that has come, because the edema helps to heal things. And so I was like, okay, this is just my body healing. Yeah, it's not comfortable. I'll do some extra stretching, do some extra things to help ease symptoms. But being able to just change my perspective has helped me tremendously. And I know I've also witnessed it help people, other people in my life, in my day-to-day world, tremendously. And I want to share it. I want everybody to know that this is an option, you know, and just and know how our bodies work together. And you know, if you are having chronic health conditions and you're working with a practitioner, absolutely keep working the practitioner. Like we said in the beginning, like this is not to just come in and like say stop whatever you're doing and just do this. This is to help you alongside and help you see how you can heal, and your body is just so freaking amazing. And it's just, to me, it's just, I'm in awe of that, because it's like, wow, this innate wisdom. And when we can kind of let go of the Western medicine model of like, no, your body is wrong, it's attacking itself. But is it really? Like, are you sure? Are you really sure? You know, and so being able to switch that, even in my life with, you know, my daughter's 11 and a half now. So when she was a year and a half, so 10 years ago, they wanted to give me the diagnosis of a Hashimoto's thyroiditis. And that's an autoimmune disease, according to Western medicine. And it just didn't resonate with me. I was like, so you're telling me I need to feel like crap for the rest of my life and be on, you know, this medication and get labs every year and all the things? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, no, no, that didn't, I refuse to accept that diagnosis. I refuse to take it on myself. And now I see, diving into the Germanic medicine and the energetic allergy healing, and seeing how on an energetic level, like I didn't claim that, and how I was able to then get to the root cause, get to where the trauma was, and work on healing that and work on releasing that, so that I can have thyroid function again. I am no longer on any medication for my thyroid. And to me, like I consider that a huge win. I don't feel like I am, oh, what's the word, in remission. I feel like I'm healed. And I really truly believe that within my being. And I know that many of my Western medicine colleagues would scoff at that and just be like, no, you're just in remission. Or, no, I know my body. I know it's capable of, you know? And so just to be able to offer hope to people out there that are struggling, that have like, at their wits' end, that there's hope, there's other options, other things you can, work with and tune into. And I love just having these resources available to be able to share, to teach about.
Well, I love even just that mindset of, when something is going on with your body, instead of judging it and saying, "Oh, there's something wrong with it. It's in pain. It's this, something is wrong with my body." Instead, you're saying it's healing, right? And so just that change is going to change you at the cellular level, because your cells listen to everything you say. So if you say, "No, I'm healing," instead of "I'm sick," it's going to be a different reaction from the cells and from the body, right?
Yes, yes, 100%. And like our words have power. Like you said, yes, our cells are listening to it, but also like the universe is listening to it too, right? Like, and responding to the spells we're creating with the words we say and the intentions that we're setting. And we're powerful manifestors, every single one of us. We all have the power within us to manifest it, even healing. We have the power to manifest that. And so being able to tap in to that and use, like I've talked before about gratitude, like how that is such a high vibration energy, emotion. If you can tap into that and use that alongside, even if you don't do anything else I mentioned, like even if you just tap into gratitude, like true, genuine gratitude every day, you're gonna see things start to shift for you too. Your body is things will heal also, and you'll see things change in your world, you're manifesting and how you're living. And it's really life changing. It really is.
Now, I have to say, because I know a lot of not a lot, some people in my community, they do have challenging physical issues. So, I know it's not as simple as we're saying. I totally get that. But at the same time, um, what is it? Oh, sometimes we take on certain challenges as a soul contract to
Yeah,
learn from it, or to be able to teach about it. So there's always a purpose to having challenges physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, etc. All of those, there is a purpose to it. Um, but so in this case today, we're talking about specifically allergies and trauma, right? We've all had trauma. Okay, in this lifetime, I've had a ton. I'm sure in previous lifetimes I have also had lots of trauma, right? And so when we are healing, that's when so what you're saying is that when we are having symptoms show up, like allergy symptoms, for example, like a headache, for example, it's not an issue of a disease or an illness or a challenge. It's a healing of the trauma, right?
it's healing. Yeah, your body's in the healing phase. So when you first initially experience the trauma, your body has a biological reaction, a biological response. So whether it's cell loss or cell growth, that happens in that moment for your body to protect you. And then once that danger has passed, whether or not you've acknowledged it and healed from it, but once it's passed, then you're in the healing phase. And then those symptoms can be re-triggered when you have a similar, something that might have been present with you in that moment with the trauma. And they call it stepping on a track, and you are triggered by it again. You can have the symptoms again. You can feel that. And until you really can heal the root cause, heal what the trauma was, acknowledge, this can't hurt me anymore. This is not, something that's valid in my life right now. And can be like, okay, like it doesn't serve me, this story doesn't serve me anymore. I can let this go. That goes a long ways in helping your cells, just your body, release that. And then when you go and are exposed to a trigger like you would have normally before had symptoms, then you won't have symptoms. um, so again, it might take multiple times of having it come into your awareness and clearing it, depending on how deep the trauma is, how long you've been dealing with it. If you've been dealing with it for a lot of years in your life, more than likely it's not going to clear overnight. I mean, anything is possible, right? Miracles happen, but the reality is that's not how most people experience it, right? You're going to have to take those layers, right? Healing in layers and healing and just peeling away layers as it comes into your awareness, to release and to process and to move on, and to just, we do have a choice. We do have a choice in life. We want to hold on to that old story because if it's serving us, many people don't see a reason to let it go because it's serving them on some level. So just really being willing to do that inner work and just take a look deeper at what's going on. I think that's a great first step. Just really a great first step to being able to to connect with it, to help the healing process begin. It's not going to be, like I said, if it's been going on for a long time, it's not going to be an overnight thing where you're like, okay, well, I was grateful today. Like, why, it doesn't happen like that. But you have to take the first step, right? You have to take the first step. Otherwise, if you don't change, then nothing's else is going to change either. Like, you can't just imagine, oh, well, if I just sit here and envision, it's going to change. But until your thought patterns and the different choices you make, then nothing's going to
Yeah.
change.
I mean, I know that, in the past, I used to have like migraines, like really bad migraines, and for weeks, I mean, weeks, like 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks straight, right? Every day. And, you know, when I started doing my healing work and the inner work and the inner journey, the migraines, it stopped being so intense. It didn't last as long. Then it was like, once every couple of months. And now it's like, never. I hardly ever get a migraine now, right? So, but
Nice.
it is about, you know, did I do some changes? Absolutely. I changed so much. I did so much healing on myself. Like, not, I didn't do any physical healing, I'll be honest, but I did a lot of emotional and mental healing, right? And changed the way I look at life, the way I look at my past, and my lifetime, the way I look at myself, etc. So a lot of healing. And so, that's a minor, small example, so, but for somebody who used to be, have these debilitating migraines for weeks at a time, it's hard to function, and
Yeah.
pain. There were for years, as like when people would say something like, like, you don't know, like, do you know what it's like to not have any pain? And I'm like, no, I don't know what that's like, except for that, rare few times, like, oh, this is what it feels like to not have any pain. Oh my God. It's like, oh my God, this is great. Right. But dealing with pain, dealing with migraines, dealing with allergies, dealing with, other physical issues, including mental issues and emotional issues, it makes our journey a little bit more difficult for sure. But if we can look at it and do the healing that we need for ourselves, it can start to shift. And I say can because each person's situation is different, right?
Yes. Yeah, each person's situation is different, and like you said, like we have soul contracts. There's certain things that we are meant to learn in this lifetime, and maybe it's not meant to be cleared in this lifetime. You know what I mean? Like there are a lot of factors at play, a lot of factors at play for sure. But I know that, at least with some of this, you can at least ease your symptoms. You not have to be suffering quite as intensely. Whether you completely heal yourself, that, it's individual. It really is individual. But I have seen this work definitely help decrease symptoms significantly, which is huge, because then you can function better, right? Then you can enjoy life more fully.
Exactly.
Yeah, which I think is huge. That's one of the purposes, I think, of being incarnating in human form on Earth, is getting to experience the life, right? Getting to experience the different emotions, getting to experience what this is like to be human, for our
So I
soul's
have a
lessons.
personal question for you. I mean, I'm so bad. I'm putting you on the spot, but when you were able to heal and clear that allergy or those symptoms of from the allergy, you were able to get to the root cause or the trauma of what that was, or no?
So it really, like,
Eh,
looking back, it had a lot to do with my ex-husband
Okay,
and the trauma
got it.
that I went through with him. He was a huge catalyst for my growth, and there was still some things that were coming up. And when they resurfaced again recently, I dove into it with a Germanic New Medicine practitioner, and it really was around relationship, not being in a partnership, in a healthy, supportive partnership right now. And that's something that will help heal the trauma, is to be in a healthy relationship with a man now. And that's not happening yet. So I'm like, okay, just knowing like, these are the symptoms, they're temporary. I feel like I know what the root cause is, and I can just, manage the
Yeah.
symptoms until I can get to the point of healing that original wound, that original trauma. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think for a lot of us, wounds, traumas, etc., have to do with relationships. And for our own life in general, it's all about relationships, different types of relationships, including our relationship with ourselves, including our relationship with the spirit, God, creator, right? So wherever there is a disconnect or there's trauma of some sort, it needs to be healed, it needs to be understood, it needs to be cleared, whatever word you guys want to use, right? But it definitely has to do with and in relationship with our body even. I mean, I know for a long time I had issues. I was not comfortable in my body. I was not comfortable with all the things that had happened to my body, etc., right? So it was a big disconnect, but that's better. So so it's like over the years, I'm like 57, I've healed a lot of shit, right? So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like
It takes
you do the
time.
work.
Yeah.
As the stuff comes up, you do the work. Not go. I do not believe in going looking for trauma to say I have to heal this. No, when it comes up, then do the work to heal it, right?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And it's fascinating too, because an example, I'll give you an example of for the energetic allergy healing, where the allergy wasn't something that one would think is an allergy. So when I was going through my separation divorce, my daughter was obviously very much affected by it. And she couldn't sleep in her bed. And she's like, can I come sleep in your bed, mom? I'm like, king size bed, sure. There's plenty of room. I come sleep in my bed. And I knew it was temporary. I knew it was just something that she needed to, heal through this. And after we moved down here to Tennessee, then we've been down here several months. And then she's like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to go into my own bed now. And I was like, oh, are you sure? Yeah, sure. Okay, let's do it. So we set her up, got her all set up, and she couldn't sleep in her bed, could not sleep. And I was like, this is kind of weird, because she was just going from sleeping pretty well when she was in my bed. But I'm like, okay. Then it came up in class for the energetic allergy healing, how you can be allergic to inanimate objects like your bed. And she definitely had the trauma from around the time, so there's trauma associated with her bed, with her pillows, with her blankets, with her stuffies, like all the things that were, in close proximity with her when she would go to bed. And so I did energetic allergy healing for her, clearing around that, around her bed, and around, maybe even an allergy to sleep, just because of that combination, right? And that helped tremendously. And then she's able to sleep in her bed, and she's been able to sleep in her bed ever since. And for me, coming from Western medicine background, I would have never thought like, oh yeah, somebody's allergic to sleep, or somebody can be allergic to their bed. I would have been, thinking another angle. But it was so fascinating to see, like looking, once again, when you're willing to look and look at other possibilities, like, who says that my way is right, but who said there's not another way that might be helpful, so just like kind of being open to it. And she was open to me doing the clearing and stuff for her, even though she's still, a minor, and I could technically connect with her higher self and facilitate that. She was open to it, and she was impressed by how well it worked. And I was very impressed too. And I love being able to share the story, because it does show you that, allergies show up in many different ways that you may not, expect them to show up as. And, there might be other symptoms that are showing up at the same time, that end up being cleared also. I mean, my teacher gave an example of her partner he snored, and she was doing an energetic allergy clearing for him for something else. And after the time had passed, he was no longer snoring either. So it was just very fascinating to see how, things that you don't necessarily think are going to correlate with the initial allergy might. So you never know.
What a wonderful side effect. It's like
Right.
if I could heal my husband of his snoring, oh my God, that would make such a huge difference. I don't snore, but I can't sleep if somebody else snores or anybody moves around or breathes differently, or I'm such a sensitive sleeper that you know, I remember when I just even Neo, because he sleeps with me, the slightest little noise, and I, am awake and looking like, what's going on? Are you okay? What do you want? Kind of thing. Um, but it's just interesting. Oh, Linda, I was just about to ask to take your question. Sorry, I was kept talking, and then I think Linda had her hand raised, unless I put it down by accident. Um,
No, you
so
didn't. I just put it down.
oh, hi, Linda. Yeah, sorry, I was
Hi,
just about to
honey.
ask you what your question was.
You don't need one.
do you,
I don't need one.
okay,
Thank
okay,
you, honey.
no worries, thank you. So Cindy was saying, I've had seasonal allergies for years and wish this could be remedied for good. And again, like when it comes to seasonal allergies, is that also trauma related or no?
It is. It
Yes.
is. Yeah, it definitely is, because there was something at that happened at that time of year for you previously, when the certain pollens were, in the air. And your body remembered that. Like when the trauma happens, from the Germanic New Medicine viewpoint, like your body takes like a snapshot of everything that's present at that moment around you. So your body stores that and remembers that. And so then the next time you're exposed to even one little thing from that initial trauma, um, it was fascinating, because I was like, you know what, I have to to look up the allergies from the Germanic New Medicine standpoint too, because it might give some insight to somebody in looking at what could have been their trauma. So the conflict is a being on alert conflict, that the world is unpredictable. One always has to pay attention so that nothing happens, often found in combination with choleric or aggressive people. You always have to be on guard. And like that resonated huge for me, because I mean, I do still have some seasonal allergies. And I was like, oh, yeah. Like I can look back to trauma in my childhood that then has had me be on guard ever since then, of like, no, I need to be aware, and I need to be able to take action, because like only I can be trusted, kind of thing, and like
Yeah.
just that constant, it's like a trauma response, right? And so I'm like, oh wow, like that made so much sense to me when I was reading it through that. Like, okay, I have some more digging to do, like, to really pinpoint the exact time when that first started. I know it was in my childhood, probably like late teens, mid to late teens. And so, like, I'm going to be sitting with that and doing some deeper work so that I can not just, because the energetic allergy healing is helping heal, but it's not necessarily at the completely eradicating it at that stage. It's helping with your symptoms. It's helping to heal and get you through to the next time is ready for another layer, kind of thing. And so I'm like, love how with the Germanic New Medicine view also, like, okay, like now I can go even deeper in between energetic allergy healings, clearings for myself, and see like, okay, like now I think it's time, it's coming up. It's time for me to look at this and to honor how it has served me in my life, right? Because it obviously has been serving me at some point, because my body is always looking out for me. My body is always trying to protect me and keep me alive and thriving. So it is serving a point, is serving some point, but now I'm like, it's not relevant anymore. Like I am safe, and being able to like just look at like, I'm no longer that, teenager that wasn't safe in the world, kind of thing, like being able to come back to that and just really dive in. So I'm excited to see how this healing looks on a deeper level, even from the Germanic New Medicine standpoint, along with the energetic allergy healing, helping with symptoms to keep them tolerable so I can keep functioning. But then I'm like, okay, yeah, I would like this to be done for good. I really would.
Yeah, absolutely. So Terry's asking a question in the chat. She said, how do you do this process with meditation? If someone came to you for help, what kind of process would they expect you to do?
So with the energetic allergy healing, I would ask your permission to tap into your consciousness, your awareness, your higher self. And then I don't think it's going to show up well, but a kit. So I have thousands of um, different substances that have been shown to cause allergic reactions, allergies, symptoms in people, different individuals. And so then I tune in and muscle test and go down through each part of the kit, down columns and sometimes row by row if needed, like tuning in to see what is needed for that individual. And then making a note of which ones are optimal to be cleared, because you might have a lot of different allergies, but that doesn't mean that your body can handle having all of them cleared. Because this is something that definitely needs to be done responsibly, because I could clear out a crap load of them for you, but your body could go into this, healing crisis, and that's not going to benefit anyone, right? So I really tune in and see, like, okay, what is ready to be cleared now? What's going to be the most beneficial for this individual now to be cleared? What can their body handle? And then it might only be like 3 or 4 things that your body can handle getting cleared right now. And then I go through a process of releasing those and clearing those. I have a recording, I record it. We do a meditation, we do that clearing, and then I would send you the recording to listen to. We'll muscle test again to see how many times a day and for how many weeks that you would listen to it the first time, and invite you to listen to it intentionally, like being still, listening to it, receiving it, and then going forward. You can play it like right as you're going to bed. You can play it while you're doing dishes. You can be doing some other things, just setting the intention that your body, your energy field receives the clearing, and and then you just go on with your day.
Awesome. Thank you. So again, it's just like a guided process, but using muscle testing to figure out which parts to clear, right? And what the body can handle in one go, in one sitting.
Yes.
Because
Exactly.
I know that people I just want it all fixed. I want it all cleared. I want everything healed at once. It doesn't work that way. You're going to get short circuited, etc. And like you said, the healing crisis is going to happen. And then, then you're going to say, oh, that didn't work, or whatever, that was horrible, or whatever, and it's like, because you can't, you have to be in relationship with your body, when you're doing the healing work as well. Right. And that's why I always say, even with regular energy healing, I don't recommend, doing something every day. Sometimes you need a space of like a week or two before you do more, if it's something significant, etc. Right. So it's about giving your body time, your body and your different energy fields time to process the change and the healing.
Exactly. Yeah, you're not going to want to try and combine a bunch of other modalities with energetic allergy healing while you're like, listening. You're you will get disillusioned very quickly. And these tools, they're all very important and powerful in and of themselves. But the majority of the time, like Shefali said, you want to keep them separate and allow your body to process. Be patient with the process, because you didn't get to this point overnight. It wasn't like, oh, boom, like, yeah, that's happened in a split second, and now I can just change it in a split second. Like, the majority of us have had a lot of years to be in this space, to be with these traumas, to be with the symptoms, and our bodies are limited in the fact that you can't expect to have everything done overnight. And then even if you did, then what's left to learn? What's left to be do? Like, there's something, again, going back to the soul contracts of, like, we have these things that we're supposed to be learning. And just, I think if we can honor the process and and be patient and be in the moment, be present with it, and know that it's all divinely guided. It's all unfolding according to your highest and greatest good. And I think when you set that intention, that what you receive and what you're choosing to work with, set the intention for it to be for your highest and greatest good. You know, really lean into your intuition, because we all have intuition to guide us. And some of us are not as connected with it as we could be, but start practicing, start practicing, start tuning in. Like, what is your body telling you? Like, this, your body's telling you, your intuition's talking to you. And so just tune into that and see, you know, what is for your highest good, what is meant to be cleared now. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Great question, Terry. Thank you. And so like when it comes to the allergy work, you know, we've been talking a lot about the physical aspect, but what about the emotional and spiritual aspect as well?
So it's definitely helping to clear the energetic components also. Because if you're not addressing those, you're just like putting a band-aid over something, you know, like if you had a gash, you're not gonna just put a little band-aid over it. You're gonna address the issue and all the levels. So, you know, the stitches, all the things. You want to do that with whatever traumas you've experienced too. You want to go to that energetic level, that spiritual level, because everything is interconnected. You're not just, your body is not separate from your spiritual self, from your energetic self. It's not. Everything is just this beautiful, like what I'm seeing in my mind is like all these different gears, just like, you know, working together so beautifully. Like everything is working together so beautifully. And so that's why it's really important to, when you are working to heal something like this, that you do address the energetic level, the spiritual level, and really tap into that. Yeah, I can't stress that enough, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you know, we are a multidimensional being, right? And so it's not just the body, it's not just the thoughts, it's not just the emotions, it's not just the spiritual aspect, it's all combined and everything is interrelated and interconnected. And so, you know, when we are addressing something at the physical level, of course we know this because we've been doing this work for a while, that everything does begin earlier. Like when it, by the time it expresses itself physically in the physical matter, that's the last phase. It has already been in our emotional, mental, and spiritual fields already beforehand, right? So it is important to heal and clear on all levels.
Yes.
Right? Yeah,
100%,
absolutely.
100%. Yes.
And the more that you can clear on the mental, emotional, spiritual level first before it gets to the physical, the better and easier it'll be. But, you know, we didn't learn that growing up. So, you know, at this point, you know, usually is when something has expressed itself on the physical level, that's when we go and do something about it, right? Which totally makes
Exactly.
sense, logical for how we've been taught growing up, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. All right. So now I know we are going to be doing a process. We're going to do that in just in a little while. But because Terry brought up the question about how you would work with somebody, I just want to take a moment and talk about the package. It's very simple, very easy. It's basically a personal session with Marla. Let me just open up my screen here so I can show you all. 1 second. Go back here, share my screen. Okay, so you should be able to see my screen. Yes, okay, perfect. So basically it's a one-on-one personalized energetic allergy healing and oracle guidance with Marla. So, and it's $97, normally $297. So Marla, let's talk a little bit about what more is involved in a personal session with you.
So I like to tune in with each individual and see, sometimes there might need to be a little bit of tapping into the Akashic records also, just to call in some extra guidance, some extra team support for that individual. So I really do work intuitively and tap in. The primary focus of this session, obviously, is going to be the energetic allergy healing, but I will bring in my other tools to the table too, so that Akashic records, the oracle cards, it never ceases to amaze me how the messages that come through, especially from the oracle cards, are just like they're always on point. So I love bringing those in too, because they're just so potent. And I have also Reiki. I do shamanic Reiki. And so if I'm feeling that their system might need a little Reiki just to either settle them after the clearing or before the clearing, just tuning into that too, and then diving in. There is a intake form. It's short, but that we can just go over with anything pertinent that is bothering that individual. And then I tune in, go through the kit, the Energetic Allergy Healing Kit, and just see what is meant to be cleared then. And we go for it. And then if there's still time left over, then we'll dive deeper in with the Akashic records or with more cards, like whatever, just really truly feeling intuitively and seeing, what other questions might have arisen for that individual, and working through them for that session so that everything gets addressed as much as possible.
So this personal session, there's more information, of course, on the page, but this personal session with Marla is $97. There's a payment plan available. There's some wonderful testimonials from people who have worked with Marla in the past as well. And if you are an Inner Circle member, please use your gift code to take advantage of that as well. So awesome. Thank you. All right. So now for the group session, for the group process, do we need to have an intention? Do we need to have an allergy of some sort? How does that work?
So I'm going to tap into like the collective energy of who's on the call right now, and then who will be watching the recording, and let that guidance. I have my team helping me, and the muscle test what is for the highest and greatest good of all of those on this call and all those watching the recording. And I'll take note of those things that are coming up to be cleared. We'll do a little meditation before I run the clearing, and then I'll run the clearing. And I don't know, do you want me to record it separately to have available, or do you just want people to kind of timestamp it and know when to come back to re-listen?
They'll go back and re-listen and watch anyways, so that's fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
it's good.
Then I'll leave that app closed.
I mean, let's just make it easy.
Alrighty.
And if you want to record this part of you can, or absolutely.
Okay. So when I get to after I've run the muscle testing and the list of the things, then I can do the recording with the meditation, the heart breath meditation, and have that ready to go then. All right.
Okay. So there's no music in that.
Pardon?
There's no music, right?
No music, no.
No. Yeah, awesome. Good.
All right. So let me just get to my kit. I'm going to start with the fundamentals. I think that's probably where, so I was feeling we would be getting a lot of the allergies to clear. Look at you yawning. Good. You're
I know.
clearing energy.
It's like I've already started.
Yes, exactly. Yawning is so powerful. You'll notice me yawning when I do the clearings, because that's helping to move the energy too. So yay.
Yeah.
Thanks for helping me.
Awesome. Anytime.
Yes. All right. So I'm going to start with, there's some allergy combinations in the fundamentals. Just going to see, do we need to go line by line? No. Anything in this column? Yes. Are we doing allergy combinations? No. Proteins? Yes. Okay. Do we need to go line by line? Yes. Okay. Albumin? No. Animal proteins? No. Animal proteins? No. Chicken? No. Chicken feathers? No. Egg white? Egg yolk? Eggs? Yes. Eggs. Okay. Globulins? Luteolins? Lysozymes? No. Open-mucin? No. And do I need to go down line by line in this column? No. Anything in this column? No. This column? No. How about calcium? Calcium? No. Do we have any in this column for calcium? No. Sugars? Yes. Do we need to go line by line for the sugars? No? No. Sugars. Okay. And starting with the vitamins, do we need to go line by line or section? Line by line? No. Section? Yes. Vitamin A? No. Vitamin B complex? No. Vitamin C? No. Vitamin D? Yes. Line by line? No. Vitamin D.
This is great. I'm already healing. Anyway, just by you doing this part.
Yeah. Yeah, it's starting to work already. Like it doesn't, you don't have to, the clearing part is very powerful, but it starts once we start the process, it starts. Vitamin E, no. Vitamin F, no. Okay. Any of the vitamin F on this side? No. Vitamin K? Yes, vitamin K.
Is anybody else yawning like crazy, or is it just me? I'm definitely yawning like crazy.
Yay. Iron? No. Salt? No. Okay. Can I add any other priority allergies to this energy healing session for the collective on the call? No. Okay, so this is where we have 4 to run. And let me get my recorder ready to go. Okay. So I'm going to first, if you can safely do so, I invite you to get in a comfortable position and close your eyes. And we will start with the heart breath connection meditation. All right, go ahead and take a deep breath. Close your eyes, centering yourself in your heart. Taking a moment to call back all awareness, all parts of you. Continue to breathe nice and deep. Imagine that as you breathe, you are breathing in through your heart space. Let's take a few breaths here now in your heart space. Continue to breathe nice and deep in and out of your heart. Try and do a 5-second inhale and exhale if you can. Now notice a ball of light out in front of you. It is pink. It is pure compassion energy. Begin to breathe this pink light into your heart with each inhale. See this pink light flowing into your heart, lighting up every cell of your heart. With each breath, your heart gets brighter with this light. Feel your heart space begin to expand with this beautiful pink light. Now, notice a pillar of light forming around your expanded heart space. Extend your pillar of light down from your heart, down through your body, your legs, and through the bottom of your feet, connecting into your Earth Star chakra, which is just below your feet, and sending that down even farther, going down into the core of Gaia, core of the Earth, where you will see, feel, or imagine a warm golden light. This is the heart chakra of Gaia. Connect your pillar of light into the heart of Gaia, feeling into the connection that exists between your heart and the heart of Gaia. Let's ground and anchor ourselves there now. Now begin to draw the golden love light from the heart of Gaia back up through your pillar of light, through your Earth Star chakra, into your feet, up your legs, into your body, going up through all your chakras as it comes into your heart, and seeing your heart expand with this golden love light. Next, I invite you to extend your pillar of light, which is now filled with that pink light of pure compassion and the golden love light from Gaia, up through your heart into your higher heart chakra, your throat chakra, your third eye, your crown, your soul star, which is about 12 inches above your crown, and extending your pillar of light up, up, up until you connect with your higher self, your I am presence, your divine aspect. Taking a moment to connect heart to heart with the highest aspect of self that you can access in this now moment. Good. Now, as you breathe through your heart, begin to extend your pillar of light up, 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 up past the universe, out as far as you can go into pure source light, pure creation energy. Noticing the pure iridescent source love light that is all around you. Just taking a moment to just feel that unconditional love for yourself. Feel yourself anchored into this light and allow yourself to just soak in that pure source of source energy. Feeling that connection that exists between your heart and the heart of Creator as you breathe. Now begin to imagine that iridescent source love light flowing down through your pillar, through your chakras, and into your heart. Seeing your heart expand with all of this light and this energy now. Noticing how all of the light in your heart together creates a beautiful rose gold light. Notice how with each breath, the light is expanding to fill every cell of your body and all the space in between the cells. See your whole body glowing with this rose gold light. Good. Noticing now how as you continue to breathe through your heart, this light is expanding out beyond your physical body, filling your entire toroidal field so that you are in the center of a ball of light that is about 12 feet in diameter and is filled with this rose gold light. Now take a moment to imagine or feel how bright all of this light is within you and all around you. Feel how loved and supported you are in this sacred space. Holding the intention here to ground and anchor yourself into all of this light and into these essential connections now. Anchored into the fifth dimensional Gaia grid, grounded and connected into all of this light as we move through the rest of this session, and then as you move through the rest of your day or night. Next, we're going to move into the energetic allergy healing. Going to also run sacred light purification, sacred light flush, and sacred light defrag just to assist with the process. In divine love and light, run an energetic allergy healing with sacred light purification, sacred light flush, sacred light defrag for the allergens, eggs, sugars, vitamin D, and vitamin K. Heal these allergies and all relationships between all of these allergies and everyone on this call now and on the replay. Creator, change it. Anchoring this healing in now, anchoring it into your heart and high heart, mind and higher mind, anchoring the healing into your cells, your DNA, your RNA, into your nervous system, into your Earth Star chakra, and into the heart of Gaia, into your soul grid, and into all 12 dimensions now. Creator, change it. Just inviting you to take a moment, come back to your body, come back to the space you are right now. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. You can open your eyes. I'm going to just do a quick muscle testing to see what is optimal. Actually, I'm going to save the recording quick first so that I don't accidentally delete it. Muscle test to see how many times a day and for how many days it is going to be beneficial to listen. More than once? Just once? Okay, once a day? Or let's see. For more than one day? Yes. For more than two? Yes. More than three? More than four? Yes. More than five? More than six? Yes. More than seven? Yes. More than eight? Yes. More than nine? Yes. More than 10? No. For 10 days. Once a day for 10 days. And just, make sure to stay grounded and to really set the intention to receive the healing each time. Like I said, the first time I invite you to really just be still. Be still and just focused and grounded as you listen and receive the first replay. And then afterwards you can put it on before you go to bed.
Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, like I said, I was already yawning and clearing before we even started doing the healing. But oh my goodness, yeah, that was great. How's everybody else doing? I mean, I feel, to be honest, exhausted now. I feel like I need a nap. Does
Yeah,
that make
I'm not
sense?
surprised. Yes, it makes
You
sense.
know, so
Yeah.
definitely drink water, right?
Yes, drink lots of
But
water, stay grounded, rest. If you're feeling like, she's probably feeling tired, yeah, rest. Allow yourself to
I mean,
rest. Don't push through it.
I'm
Your
still,
body's
I'm still
processing.
feeling, yeah, exactly. There's still a lot going on.
Yeah.
Linda says that was awesome. Tina says that felt awesome. Lots of yawning, and yes, I feel like I could take a nap. Sometimes I wonder, is it just me?
No, it's not just you.
It's not just me. Oh goodness! Like, but I'm feeling like a lot. In my chest, for example, there's still a lot happening there. Lots of yawning too. I feel tired. Plus, I'm itchy. Oh, itchy is not good. I mean,
Interesting.
it is. That's
Well,
just how it is. It's
yeah,
it's not it's
exactly.
not
It is
not
what it
good.
is.
It's fine. Yeah, just drink water, ground.
Yep.
Thank you. That was wonderful. Feeling sleepy now also. Okay. Terry said, how do you do the muscle testing? Are you using your hands? Just very
Yeah,
curious on the process. Yeah.
for me, what works is just so I can have another hand free to like flip through the kits. I use my two fingers and a yes and a no holds firm. A yes goes down, no holds firm.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I would use a pendulum or I would just, I would just intuitively know, but definitely, whatever technique you use, just use it. It does work. It does help. Oh, no, that was great. I'm feeling better now. So just keep breathing and keep drinking water, keep staying grounded. But yeah, so listen to that. So are you going to send me that recording, Marla?
Yes, I'll send it as soon as we get off. I'll send it
Yeah,
over to you, and then it can be included for whoever wants it.
perfect.
However you put it out there.
Yeah,
It'll be
yeah. So
yours.
I will add it with the I'll include it with the replay email and all that stuff. But
Perfect.
yeah, so I think you said listen to it for 10 days.
Yeah, once a day for 10 days. It doesn't necessarily matter the time of day. Work it into your schedule. It's fine. I mean, if you wanted to try and keep it consistent in around this time, that's fine too. Like just feel into it. What feels right for you with the time of day to listen. And again, just the first time, really be very intentional and still and receive. And then going forward, for the remaining 9 days, you can play it while you're sleeping, while you're doing dishes, while you're driving, whatever. You can do it while you're doing other things, or you can be still and receive it intentionally again. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. It wasn't that long, like I don't
No,
even think it was 10 minutes, so it
no.
wasn't that long. So it's just something easy for us to incorporate into our day, right? Lori didn't feel anything. That's okay.
Yep.
Do it again and just be willing to receive and then, just sometimes we don't. I mean, there are many times, believe it or not, that I don't feel anything, right? But at the same time, it's like, am I still willing to receive the healing? Am I still willing to receive the transformation? Yeah. So whether I feel it or not, sometimes I'm still willing to receive. So it's gonna affect me at a different level. I don't always have to feel, right? So that was one of my true lessons for myself, right? Because when I was younger, when I was first on this journey, I would feel everything, and that was proof to me that something was happening, right? So I would feel stuff in my body as proof that something was happening. After a while, I'm like, oh my God, enough. So it's like I don't need to feel stuff to know that something is happening, right? So
Exactly.
a lot of times I don't feel anything, but I think on these types of live calls, I feel more because I'm clearing for all of you as well, right? And I'm also very empathic and sensitive, so I'm tapping into a lot of you as well, right? So I do tend to feel a lot more when I'm on these types of calls. But when I'm doing something personally for myself, I don't always feel, but I have the intention that I'm receiving, and so it's all good. Hopefully that makes sense.
Intention is
Right.
everything.
Mm, absolutely, intention truly is everything. And it's, it's a matter of our beliefs. What am I thinking? What am I believing? And because everything else, everything is a projection of our beliefs. So just putting that out there, letting you sit with that for a minute, for the weekend. Randy, you have a question or comment?
I have a share. Okay, so intention is everything. Uh, Try this question. Where is placating gaslighting? Where is
Where
placating
where
gaslighting?
is placating gaslighting?
That leads us inward to that place where we cross the line. Do you know where that line is? Do you know pure intent compared to, how fast and what takes? There's so many things that can stop you from knowing that. It's a great journey, very powerful. Where is placating gaslighting? Thank you. I love you.
Thank you, Randy. So that's definitely something to think about too for the weekend. Right. So awesome. Thank you, Randy. I like that. All right. Any other last words of wisdom for us, Marla? That was awesome. I love learning new stuff, right? And I love
Yes.
learning changing my perspective on something. So so like now it's like when I feel something in my body, physically, it's like, okay, don't judge it, don't call it anything bad, don't curse it. It's like it's healing because it's something that's being brought to your awareness, right?
Yep.
So that's the first phase of healing, I think you mentioned, right? So yeah, totally,
Yeah.
totally. I can relate with that. So yeah, but go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted
No,
you.
it's fine. I was just gonna say, like, I love, like, now that I'm learning this stuff and I can teach to my daughter, and just even noticing the progression of, like, as I heal and teach her new things, and now, like, now she even knows, like, and she'll even say, okay, I have this healing phase. This is not fun, but she doesn't say I'm sick anymore. She's like, okay, I'm healing, but I wonder what my conflict was. What was what was the trigger? And so I'm like, so we can have, like, discussions, and it's really eye-opening to me, for me to also see from her perspective as a child, even though she's an old soul, so being able to, like, hear her input and her perspective. And I think it's also a privilege that we have to help the next generation, have them a really good foundation, and just knowing, like, really stepping into their power and their sovereign self, and just knowing that they have that power. To me, it's, like, super exciting to see happen, because, like, as I'm stepping into my power, as I'm realizing my sovereignty, as I'm understanding, how innately wise my body is, being able to share that with my daughter and share that with all y'all. And just, I think there's something that's really powerful about, having it work in your life, and then being able to be a power of example. And I just want to be a shining example for others, so that there's a beacon of hope. Like, there's hope. Like, you're not
Yeah,
necessarily destined to suffering for the rest of your life. Yes, there's probably a level of it for your soul contract, but also there is a way to help ease symptoms so that you can still function and enjoy life. And yeah, I love that we have these resources available to us.
absolutely. And we are here to enjoy life, and our soul contracts can be changed as well. So always
Yes.
remember that. Yes, you may have a soul contract to experience something, but at some point you can change it. You can say, enough of this. I don't want to learn this time around. I've done enough with it that I can. Let's choose something else. So I'm changing this. But
Yep.
it's not just it's not just talking about it, but there's a process involved. But still, that is possible too. So I love
Yes.
how, you're right. It is about, there is hope. And that's I just, like, you just touched on something so important, because that was the real reason why I started doing this show back in 2013, was that I wanted people to know that there is hope available. They don't have to suffer, they don't have to stay in challenges, that other possibilities are available to them. They don't have to be stuck in their life, etc. But that was, honestly, that was the main reason why I started doing these shows back in 2013. And so we're still doing that, and we're still focusing on that, because it's so true. My life has changed so much in the past, since 2013, like amazing, like crazy, right? And the thing is, change and transformation is always possible. And, are you willing to look at a different perspective, look at life in a different way, look at your allergies in a different way, um, it's key. It really is key to open up your awareness as to what is truly going on in your life with your body, etc. So beautiful. Thank you, Marla. This is awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
And thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us, for your questions. Oh my goodness, I hope you enjoyed that process. And again, do that process again for 10 days, right? So I guess this was day 1, so 9 more days, right? So if you've listened to
So
it,
you would repeat for a total of 10 times after today. So
okay,
you
there you
still
go.
have
So
10
listen to it
steps.
10 times, 10 times after today, right? And definitely just be with it and allow yourself to receive the healing, allow yourself to receive the clearing, allow yourself to receive the transformation. All right. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a great weekend. Until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all so much love and blessings. Thank you, everyone. Bye, everyone. Bye for now.